Happy St. Patty's, everyone. I'm going to do a book review today. It's called Secrets of the Tomb. It's written by Alexandra Robbins. Um, Basically, it's about kind of like what the last several videos since that first Solomon and Sheba review. I was talking about the uh, Master Mason degree, and I don't know this book's about Skull and Bones, which is what two of our presidents were in, probably more. George Bush Sr. and George Bush Jr. Um, but it's very similar. Their ceremony um, is very similar to the Master Mason degree. Uh, Pretty much like it's the whole dying and rising again. Um, they tie a rope around your genitals and make you sit in a coffin and basically confess your whole sex life. Um, and I think honestly, that's so they got dirt on you if for some reason you talk about or against Skull and Bones. And it seems like every politician, everybody higher up has dirt on them. And I think honestly they keep it that way. So like, okay, you fuck up, we'll just expose your shit, your deepest, darkest secrets. But it's the same thing. The whole coffin, you're dying and rising again, and I mean, I don't know. Everybody's like, oh, it's the Illuminati, that everybody blames the Illuminati, and it's like, okay, there was an Illuminati by Adam Weishaupt that infiltrated Freemasonry back in the day, but I don't. Illuminati's like such a broad term. I think it's just, yeah, we are. The government is controlling us, and everybody in it, most everybody in it's in these weird secret societies that are all doing the same shit. The whole dying and rising again shit. I mean, you find that in Christianity too. You find that in Skull and Bones. You find that in Freemasonry, and uh, that book, Secrets of the Code. You, I think everybody should read that if you're into secret society stuff. But he basically tells that it all goes back to the ancient pharaoh making process of Egypt, and that's all it is. That's all these societies are doing and they all have the same ceremony that just change it a little bit. But it's a really good book. This Secrets of the Tomb, I like it. Kind of gets into Prescott Bush, which is George Bush's grandfather. Which, by the way, the reason why the Bushes have all the money they have, it's all Nazi money. Prescott Bush was dealing with Nazis and making money through and with them. So yeah, if you wonder where their wealth is, it's Nazi money and shit, and oil and stuff. But uh, that's a whole nother subject. But it talks about in this book, Secrets of the Tomb, Prescott Bush digging up the grave of Geronimo and stealing his skull for Skull and Bones because they like to collect skulls in the tomb, their hideout. And actually, there's a big court, trial and stuff about it. Geronimo's family was pissed off, which I don't blame them. And they got the skull and stuff back. But yeah, George Bush's grandpa out digging up some dead Indian skeleton. Nothing weird about that. And another thing too, when they're investigating the tomb and looking at all the different skulls, there's a skull of a little boy in there. And they just mention it in the book, and it's like nothing was even done about it. They're like, oh, this is a little boy's skull. Nothing weird here. Really? Like, why are you not investigating that further? If I just had a little boy's skull sitting on my coffee table, I would imagine, I don't know, the cops would be busting down my door. It's absurd. But that, I don't know, that's just, I thought that was weird. They kind of worship this goddess. Her name's Eulogia or Eulogia, and there's kind of a little fragment I'll read you. It's like her story, and it turns out like I've actually researched online and stuff looking for this goddess, and she's not even real. They just made her up, but they all kind of worship her. Oh, which is another thing for all those like Christians that are like, oh, George Bush is just sent from heaven. I'm voting a good Christian man in. No, you're voting some weird secret society guy that worships a fake goddess. Like, pretty sure that's against the Bible to have other, gods and stuff. But this fragment is from page 84 to 85, talking about Eulogia, or Eulogia, however you pronounce it. Sometime early on, the society took as its symbol the number 322. The Greek orator Demosthenes died in 322 BC, when, according to Bones lore, Eulogia, the goddess of eloquence, ascended into heaven and did not return until 1832, when she happened to take up residence with Skull and Bones. Bones lore refers to the first miracle of the origin of our goddess, and her arrival at Skull and Bones as the equally miraculous transmigration of her spirit to Yale College 2,154 years after her birth. Since then, Bonesmen have traditionally signed their intra-society letters, yours, in 322. But I thought that was kind of neat. I don't know. I like learning about gods and goddesses and different worship. But yeah, there's another thing how they initiate people. It's called Tap Day. Basically, you don't get into Skull and Bones unless you're chosen, and they seek you out. There's a certain day that they go and tap you on the shoulder, and you get brought to a room and initiated in, and you go through all the ceremony stuff. You get your bonesman name, and they have like a ceremony where you're drinking blood, but it's just like red Kool-Aid. I don't know. To me, it was a good book, very informative. It shows like there's lots of pictures. The writer actually got harassed by a lot of bonesmen saying, something bad's gonna happen to you. You release this book and stuff, but I liked it. It was cool. But Skull and Bones, to me, honestly, it just seems like a dumbed down, stupid version of Freemasonry. Like, that's all it is. I mean, when you study Freemasonry and you study Skull and Bones, it's the exact same shit, pretty much. Just a college version. But I don't know. It does make me bring up the point, too, is like, with Skull and Bones, you vote for another bonesman, or you promote another bonesman. They're always lifting each other up in the ranks. And I don't know, that's that type of shit JFK was talking about before he was assassinated. He actually has an awesome speech about how he wants to get the secrecy and secret societies out of the government and out of politics. But, I mean, he did catch a bullet in the head for that. But I agree. I mean, it's bullshit that you have to vote for your brother whether he's right or wrong, or promote a brother whether he's right or wrong. And that is a lot of fucked up shit, I don't think that there's one group that's controlling the entire world called the Illuminati. There could be. I think it's just several different little groups. It's like a spider web of secret societies, But I don't know. It's fucked up. But I don't know. I don't see how people voted for Bush either. Like, you all can vote for whoever you want. I don't care. I don't even vote. But, like, looking at his history, his family's history, they got funds from Nazi Germany. His grandpa was digging up Indian skeletons. All three of them, grandpa, father, and George Bush, are all part of the same society. The guy that Bush ran against, or not, Yeah, I think he did run against John Kerry, I believe. He was a bonesman. It's like a bonesman running against a bonesman. Like, when are we gonna wake up and get tired of that stupidness of voting in evil, corrupt people? I swear people just don't research. They don't read about who they're voting in. Like, I don't know. He might be a Christian, but he's not really when you find out he's worshiping some goddess and taking part in secret societies and taking oaths. The Bible says you're not supposed to take oaths. I mean, it's stupid. And it makes me, why is every politician say they're Christian to get voted in? How many of them actually are? Think about that. But happy St. Patty's Day. I'm wearing my top hat for y'all. Y'all have a good day.